Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Millicent Walker. On the program today, Senate refuses Customs Controller General audience for failing to wear the agency's uniform. Federal lawmakers threaten to fire contractors who embark on substandard road projects. And Bayelsa State government commits to diversifying the economy, increases investment in agriculture. Well, let's start at the National Assembly, where members of the Senate have refused to engage with the Controller General of Customs, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, because of his failure to wear his uniform. The Senate asked him to reappear next week Wednesday in Customs uniform. The CG retired Colonel Ali appeared before lawmakers dressed in a white kaftan and a matching cap, contrary to the directive of the Senate. When the Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, who is presiding over plenary, asked him why he did not appear in uniform, the Customs CG said that there is no law compelling him to wear one.
Well, to many lawmakers, this is just an unnecessary controversy at this point when they are supposed to be giving all attention to the 2017 budget. What essentially happened is that the Senate walked out the Comptroller General of Customs, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, for failing, for his refusal, because it is a refusal at this point to appear before them in the customs uniform. And lawmakers, you could sense that they were really upset, during plenary, because we had one or two lawmakers, a former customs officer, Senator Wakil, who was a former customs officer, appealed to them that please they should tamper justice with mercy, and they were very resolute that they would not engage with him on the subject matter that brought him to the Senate, and that he must go back and return next week Wednesday in the customs uniform. Immediately when he walked into the Senate chamber, the first question was raised by the Deputy Senate President, who is presiding over plenary, and he asked him, why did you appear before us in mufti, contrary to our directive that you appear in the customs uniform? And he said that there is no law compelling him to wear the customs uniform, and he also said that he's also seeking legal advice from his lawyers. Remember, in the letter that he sent to the Senate last week, he did say that he was consulting with the lawyers, and he advised the Senate to also consult with their lawyers as to the true position of the law as regards wearing the customs uniform or not. There is also, the threat of an arrest warrant. The arrest warrant was supposed to have been issued today if the customs CG fails to appear today. So I see maybe the Senate might decide, if he doesn't appear next week, to actually go ahead with that threat and then issue an arrest warrant on him.
The House of Representatives Committee on FIRMA has vowed to revoke contracts and stop payment to contractors who are not living up to the expectation on contracts awarded to them in the southeast. The committee, which is on, an oversight function in Owerri, the Imo State capital, insists on seeing value for monies paid to contractors, as they will no longer condone delivery of substandard projects by them.
Dilapidated and in a state of disrepair. This is the state of the Ihiala Olu Umuduru Road in Imo State. In January, the federal government, through FIRMA, awarded 37 kilometers out of the 49-kilometer stretch of road, and work commenced in earnest. Two months after, about 7 kilometers have been rehabilitated. Now members of the House of Representatives Committee on FIRMA are in the state to inspect the level of work done so far. After the inspection, the team meets with the FIRMA officials and the contractors. They are satisfied with the work done, but promise to sanction contractors who do not meet specifications.
We also are aware that sometimes contractors earn certificate for jobs not well done. That we cannot condone. That we cannot take. Once we see that certificates are raised and those jobs are not up to standard or according to the scope, we would stop that payment.
But the contractors have some challenges.
When this job was brought out, the rate of materials were not as high as what we have now. So that has been a kind of setback for us. But for the fact that the job has already been awarded, there's no going back.
The committee plans to visit again to see if the quality is maintained, and residents are hoping that the contractors complete the remaining portion of the road in good time.
Troops on Operation Lafia Dole have foiled an attack on Magumeri town in Borno State. The terrorists, believed to be from the same community, approached the village in vehicles at about 6 p.m. Wednesday, attempting to burn down buildings and kill residents. A statement from the military spokesperson says the troops neutralized a number of attackers who escaped with gunshot wounds. The army in a statement also asked communities in the northeast, especially Borno State, to fully cooperate with security agencies by exposing Boko Haram terrorists in their respective towns and villages. Meanwhile, the theatre commander Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Lucky Rabo, insists the military is not relenting in protecting and supporting residents, humanitarian agencies and IDPs. General Rabo was speaking during a meeting with the Deputy Executive Director of the United Nations Children's Education Fund, UNICEF, Omar Abdi, who led a 4-man delegation to the command. In the meantime, the Chief of Staff and the Commander Special Forces United States Africa Command says that its strategic partnership and achievement will sustain the fight against terrorism in the region, having performed exceptionally well since its establishment 2 years ago. Meanwhile, the Yobe State government says it has no official allegation against any military operation aimed at restoring peace in the troubled state. The deputy governor told a special military board of inquiry investigating alleged human rights violations in the northeast that the government and the people are satisfied with the security forces for their patriotism, professionalism in the fight against insurgency.
We wish to commend the efforts of Lieutenant General T.Y. Burate, the Chief of Army Staff, for taking the bold step culminating into constituting and inaugurating a special board of inquiry to investigate allegations of human rights violations against some personnel of the Nigerian Army. I am made to understand that this development arose as a result of concerns expressed by some individuals and organizations. As far as Yobe State is concerned, some of the allegations are intended to tarnish the good relationship that exists between the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Armed Forces, other security agencies, and the civil populace.
Yobe State was one of the hotspots during the fight against insurgency in the northeast. Up till now, there are still minor skirmishes around. It's still ongoing. Again, because of the existence of an IDP here, where some people have been accommodated because of hostilities that send them out of their areas. We have already visited the IDP camp, and we have been duly briefed, and we have seen what is going on, and we have heard about the tremendous effort the state government is doing to maintain the place.
And when news across Nigeria returns, we'll take a look at the recent ethnic clash in Ile-Ife. Join us again.